Good morning,
Manayunk, and welcome back to another episode of Manayunk Mornings.
Got another great episode in store for you. First off, we have Matt from Manayunk iPhone Repair joining us on the couch.
Yep, and then I'll be heading down to Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex for this episode's store tour.
Then I'm going to learn how to do a fishtail braid on this week's Dillinger Does It at Starshine Salon. But first up, the Manayunk Morning Minute.
From the Kids and Pet Costume Parade in Pretzel Park to trick-or-treating at your favorite businesses, there's a variety of activities for families to celebrate the holiday. Go to manayunk.com for full details. The Black Box Theater Series is back this Wednesday at Venice Island Performing Arts Center. Stop by the theater at 7:30 p.m. More information can be found at veniceisland.org. This Wednesday is Women on Wheels Wednesday at Trek Bicycles. Join your fellow ladies for a ride along the Schuylkill River Trail at 6 p.m. Transform your photography into a work of art at Susan Beard Design Co.'s Encaustic Workshop this Thursday at 6 p.m. Reserve your seat at susanbearddesign.com. Celebrate the season at the Spiral Bookcase with Witch Weekend. For the full schedule of events, visit facebook.com/Spiral Bookcase.
You'll have plenty of opportunities to dress to impress this weekend in Manayunk. The Manayunk Brewing Company, Cactus Cantina, Bayou Bar, Bourbon Blue, and JD McGillicuddy's will all host parties this Saturday, October 27th. Visit their Facebook pages for more information. Stop by the Pet-Friendly Dog Bakery this Saturday at 1 p.m. for a costume contest, snacks, and scary photos. The 4th annual Dawson Street Pub Chili Cook-Off for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is this Sunday at 2 p.m. More info can be found at dawsonstreetpub.com. Thirsty Cat Designs is bringing a new project to Hidden River Yarns on Saturday, November 4th. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. to join in. Bring the whole family to the Venice Island Performing Arts Center for Little Red Riding Hood and the Great Gray Bridge on Sunday, November 4th. And now joining us on the couch, Matt from Manayunk iPhone Repair. Matt, come on down.
Hey, Matt, come on down.
How's
Make
it going,
some room
Matt?
for you on the couch here. Good
Thanks
to
for
have you
having
here
me.
today.
Good to see you guys. How are things?
Good. Can't
Excellent.
complain.
So Matt, you are the owner of Manayunk iPhone Repair on Main Street, but tell everybody out there a little bit more about what you guys do.
So Manayunk iPhone Repair, we do full service Apple products, so strictly just Apple products. We're doing iPhones, iPads, Macs, pretty much all the damage that you could expect from normal use.
So what brought you guys down to Main Street?
So we had a store, well, we still have a store in Skippack, and we opened that in 2012, and then I moved to Manayunk with some friends and noticed that there was nothing down here. So then I decided, hey, we'll take a look around, and we found the location that we originally started at 4235, and it was relatively inexpensive. So that's how we got started down here.
And you just had a big move to your new location, so tell us about what sort
Yeah.
of started this move and where the new location is.
Yeah, so the original location was very small. It was under 400 square feet. So we tried to pack the whole business in there. Initially, we were just doing phone repair, so that was great. We expanded into iPads and Macs, so we needed more space. So the new space is much, much bigger.
And tell me about, the turnaround time. So if I drop my phone today, which again, we've all done, and I bring it in, how quickly can that get fixed?
Most phone repairs are done in 20 to 30 minutes.
Wow.
Screens, batteries, that's what we're seeing the most of right now. We stay away from liquid damage specifically with phones, but as far as screen repair, people coming in, they can't see their screen, that's a huge part of our business, and we're always getting that done.
That's what I was going to ask. What are some of the most common incidents that you have noticed, and do you have any pro tips for how to prevent those things from happening? Because
it's really important to make sure that the charger that you're using, not specifically the cable, but the block. The block is really important to make sure that's original, because a lot of people are buying the blocks for their iPhones or iPads and their Macs on Amazon, and the problem is these products aren't always authentic, and it's killing the batteries in the devices.
Really?
Except for the Macs, it actually destroys the board inside. So you buy this $20, $30 charger for your MacBook, and the next thing you know, you have a $500, $600 repair.
So again, we've all been there with a cracked screen on our iPhone, but tell us a little bit more about what you can do with iMacs. I know me personally, and our director Terry too, has had a lot of problems with their iMacs, and we need to go to a resource for that.
Sure, yeah. So with iMacs and MacBooks, we're doing a lot with those. We do tune-ups, we do hardware issues, we're doing, pretty much any issue that you can imagine with those, far more than any other business is offering right now.
Yeah, and a lot of people might think just to go to, the Apple Store, to the Genius Bar, but tell me sort of the difference between what they do and what you guys can do.
Yeah, a lot of times it's a nightmare. We have people come in that are they're almost in tears, and the problem is that they bring their device to the Apple Store and they're at the Genius Bar, and 9 times out of 10 they just want to swap it out with a new one for $1,000 and they wipe all their data. But if you're a photographer and you have all your photos, or if you're an artist and you have all of your work on the machine, or you're starting a new family and you have the pictures of the kids, you don't want to lose all that information. And what we try to do is we want to make sure that we can preserve somebody's information first. And that's, unfortunately, it's the Genius Bar's it's our last concern is your data. So we're making sure that we can get all this stuff done for you.
So Matt, not only do you work in Manayunk, you also live in Manayunk. What do you love so much about this neighborhood?
We have everything here. I mean, what don't we have in Manayunk? I mean, the food, I mean, it's just outrageous. We have so much here, it's so compact. It's hard to give up on Manayunk.
So tell me a little about, if my screen breaks, if my iMac needs repair, what do I do?
So yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is bring it right in. I mean, don't even waste time calling because we're always in the store. We don't leave for lunch breaks or anything like that. So you guys come right in and we'll take a look at it right away. Perfect. That's the best thing to do.
That's good to know. Yeah. Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, it's great to learn more about what you guys do down there at Manayunk. Have fun with it.
Thanks a lot.
And now Caitlin's going to head over to JD's Hero Complex for this week's store tour.
Thanks, Leo. I'm down here with JD at Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex for this episode's store tour. So JD, as we mentioned, you've been on Main Street here for 3 years, but you and your beautiful wife, Sushan of Starshine Salon, just moved into this brand new space here, and you work several businesses out of this location. So tell me about that.
So we've got my retail space, which is comic shops, t-shirts, magazines, action figures, all that sort of stuff, geek accoutrement, and then we have her salon in the back, and then in between we actually have our t-shirt printing company as well.
Let's start with the comic book shop. Tell me more about what you guys have in here.
So every Wednesday is brand new comic book day, and I get so many new comics every week, and I just also sell board games and t-shirts, apparel, hats, action figures, pretty much anything pop culture related or that I think is just fun to have for people to pick up.
So tell me now about the new space here.
Well, it's a much better location. The location down there was great. It felt very cozy and it felt like mine. But when we had to expand, I was very happy to be more in the middle and the hub of Manayunk, where I still get people walking by and be like, oh, look, there's a comic shop in Manayunk. Like, I've been here for 3 years. So yeah, it's nice that people are finding the shop more and more often. Yeah.
And you've, as you said, been in this industry for quite a while and read comics for a while. So for somebody like me who's never read a comic in her life, how do you make people like us feel welcome coming in here and educate us about the whole industry in general?
Well, the first thing I do is I ask people, what do you like? And even if they say, well, I've never read any comics, I go, okay, well, what do you like in life? What genre? Movies, books, anything you like, and then I'm able to go and sort of tailor pick certain things just from my years of knowledge of oh, if you like horror, you should try Harrow County. If you like crime, you should try Kill or Be Killed. Or if you like superheroes, here's Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel or Spider-Man, that sort of thing.
So it sounds like you're really trying to create a community here, but how do you expand that outside to the rest of Manayunk?
Well, we do, so we've got the t-shirt printing and then also my art. I do clipboards for Lucky's Last Chance, as well as some t-shirts for them, for the Wiener Dog race. We've done stuff for the MDC. Also, I'm bringing people from outside the community into the community by Super Sock Shop, my friend Gina. She hand makes all these really great swords and shields and these like sort of fluffy pillow things that are just really cool. And then she does a bunch of stuff for Christmas, like stockings, like custom stockings and stuff like that.
Well, thanks so much for giving me a tour today, JD. It was so good seeing inside the new shop.
Oh, but before you get, recommendation for our book club this month, we're actually doing Infidel, which is a spooky story about a Muslim American woman who is, her apartment complex is being haunted by xenophobic ghosts. So it's pretty on point for today's topics.
And for October, too.
Yeah.
Perfect. So if you need a comic recommendation, original artwork, or a t-shirt for your business, or a haircut at Starshine Salon, come on down to
4327 Main Street. Toodles!
That was a great store tour, Caitlin.
Thanks, Leo.
Time for me to go fishing.
You're not going fishing at Salon, Leo.
And fishtails.
Yeah, a fishtail braid.
Oh. Hey guys, welcome to a brand new segment of Dillinger Does It. I'm here with Sushan of Starshine Salon, along with our models Meg and Charlotte. So what are we going to be doing today?
We're going to be teaching you how to do a fishtail braid.
All right, let's get into it.
All right. Separating into 2 sections first.
Okay.
Great. Oh, you want to grab all the hair though.
All the
yeah, you got it.
All right.
All right, and you can hold pretty close and tight to the scalp for control.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so we're going to take the V of the index and the middle finger and hold that separate, and take a little section from the left and pull it over to hold with your thumb and your remaining 2 fingers. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna do the V again to the opposite side.
Like that?
You got it.
All right.
And then we're gonna take this left section and pull it over with the remaining fingers.
Like that?
Yes,
All
you
right.
got it. All right, and then we're just gonna, if you feel like you have a feel for it.
I don't.
You don't, okay. All right, well, I'm gonna move over and help you out.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Here, you hold this side, and I'll
Okay.
hold this side.
All right.
All right, so we're on the left side again here. So I'm gonna take this small section and move it over, and you're gonna hold it. And you take this a little piece from this side. If you need to do 2 hands to start out, that's totally cool, just to see the technique that it's creating. So yeah, you hold this with this section, and then take the little piece from this side. Awesome. And we're gonna pull it over to this side.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna separate this piece again and just hold all of this a little bit tighter. Perfect. And we're gonna do the whole braid now at this
Okay,
point.
yeah.
So we're just gonna switch
let's
back
go
and
for it.
forth. So you take that one, and then you hand it to me. Part of it is it does get easier at this point because like you can see it and
Less
more
hair to deal with
yeah,
now.
and you're getting kind of the feel of it.
Yeah, I think I get it now.
And you're about at the point where we can stop. So if you wanna, behind you is a rubber band there.
Band.
There are pieces that get a little, like the layers basically, they're not all the same length, so
Right.
they kind of loosen as they go. So we want to be careful of those. And so we would just very gently kind of pull that braid out to make it look a little bit more, but yeah. And then there's a bunch of stuff you could do. You could decide to pin this up, make an updo. But yeah, but there's your basic fishtail.
Top like.
I mean,
No,
you wanna,
no, it's just
maybe, but we probably like tuck the ends in a little bit so they're not just like this random kind of tail thing going on. But yeah, I mean, I think that would also be a beautiful option.
So Sushan, would you say that Dillinger did it?
You did.
All
You did a
right.
great
Well,
job.
thank you so
All
much,
right.
Meg. Thank you for being a good model. And Charlotte, I wish I could have worked with you more, but maybe next time.
It's a little difficult.
Yeah. See you guys.
Well, that's our show for today. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of Manayunk Mornings. As always, special thanks to Terry Leahy Films for producing this episode and for The Aisle for hosting us here on the couch, and our show sponsor this week, Bourbon Blue. As always, I'm Caitlin.
I'm Leo.
And this is Matt from Manayunk Eye from Repair, and we'll see you next time on Manayunk Mornings.